Facts First presents the most hilarious windshield notes. People who don't park correctly, or those who think that they own the parking lot, they often come out to notes on their windshield. Some people just ask the driver to do a better job of parking. Others, they decide to get a little creative with it. We got some great windshield notes to share that are, well, they're hilarious. Before we get to them, how about you drop down to the comments and tell us what is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to drivers on the road. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Parking too close. This note is hilarious. The driver tends to park too close to the path, and because of that, the neighbor often needs to slide across the hood to get past. They mention the driver made them feel like a movie star. That's probably not true, but I'm sure that got the point across. Simply put, the person who left this note must not have had any paper on hand. Instead, they wrote, "Please park better" in the snow. They didn't need any witty jokes. They decided to get just right to the point. Katrina? The person who left this note must have had several made up for cases like this. The note reads, "Is your name Katrina? Because this parking job's a disaster." The person who left the note was referring to Hurricane Katrina. It was one of the most devastating hurricanes in American history. Saw. The person who left this note must be a fan of the Saw horror movies. If the driver saw the movie, the note was likely terrifying. If they didn't see the movie, the joke is kind of a waste. It's over their head. Either way, though, it's still pretty clever. A ticket? This windshield note looks like a parking ticket, but it's way funnier. The person who left this note just wanted the driver to be scared for a second that they were getting a parking ticket. They were hoping that the fear of getting a ticket would change their poor parking habits in the future. Creating a parking spot. This driver believes that they're just too good to park in the lines like everybody else, and that resulted in the driver taking up 2 spots. The person who left this message was annoyed and wanted the driver to see what a jerk he was being. It's too bad we didn't get to see the look on the owner's face when they saw this message. Carly Rae Jepsen. The person who wrote this must not have been a fan of Carly Rae Jepsen's song Call Me Maybe. They worked the song into the note, and the woman who received it didn't even seem concerned that the note was signed "Your Neighbors Who Hate You." Because she looks amused, though, the feeling must be mutual. Hilarious. The person who wrote this note is pretty funny. The note reads, "Many 3-year-olds have trouble staying within the lines. Maybe if you practiced coloring the turtle, it'll help your parking." It's a pretty passive-aggressive way to tell a person that they need to learn how to park. Have some mercy. This person left a note on their own car, hoping the police would stop giving them tickets. Well, they must have received the ticket after the police noticed that the car's registration had expired. They were waiting for the new stickers to come in. In the meantime, they begged the police to stop leaving tickets that they couldn't afford. Grumpy Cat. When he was alive, Grumpy Cat was an internet sensation. The person who left this note created a pretty good drawing of Grumpy Cat. They also added that if the driver keeps parking incorrectly, that they would have the car towed. A serious threat. The person who left this note issued a warning to the driver who took their parking spot. They made sure the driver knew that there would be some severe consequences if they steal the parking spot again. And judging by the threat, the driver will likely avoid the parking spot. Transformers fan. The person who left this note must be a big fan of the Transformers franchise. The note said, "Optimus Prime disapproves of this horribly executed parking job. Autobots, roll out." It's a silly spin to a much-needed note, and I know my Optimus Prime impression is awful. Instructions. The person who received this note on their car received detailed instructions regarding their future parking jobs. The driver had been blocking the neighbor's driveway, so they passive-aggressively left this note. At the end, they also took a shot at the driver's personal hygiene by explaining how a shower works. Public transportation. The person who received this note was parked incorrectly, so the note suggests that the driver start taking the bus. Since the note was printed out, the person who left it must keep a supply of these on hand. Subscribe for more.